Good morning. Still going to give folks just 2 more minutes to join in and settle in. We'll start at 8 o'clock. All right, the time has come. Good morning. My name is Kat, and this practice is intended to ground and calm our mind, our bodies, our hearts, so that we can be active in our communities in whatever way we want to be while experiencing anxiety. So not only is this a space to step away and experience that calm and restore a bit. But also, my hope is that there'll be a couple either postures or breathing exercises that we do today and over the coming weeks where you can kind of tuck them in your pocket. And it can be something you can use at home, out and about, wherever you may be. So, thank you for being here this morning. I am so grateful to be here as well. And let's begin. If you'd like to take a seat, I love an easy seat. I feel grounded and comfortable. I do always put a pillow under my sit bones, but any seat would do. So if you prefer to be kneeling, sitting in a chair on a sofa, that's fine for now. And then once we begin to move, if you have space to do so, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of space, just enough to stretch out and be feel like you have space to move your body. And then also considering we are focusing on withstanding anxiety during these times, if there is any pose that for you does not feel calming, then just pause and come to a seat or lay down. Find a pose that you know does feel calming and just be there. And then join back in when you're ready. So pauses and breaks are highly encouraged. All right, here we go. So, from our seat, if you would please bring the palms of your hands to the center of your chest, one hand on bottom, other on top, whatever your intuition tells you, and begin to simply feel into your breath, whatever that looks like right now. Just be curious. What is your breath like in this moment? You can notice its pace, texture, taste, temperature. You may notice the sensation of your inhales over the tip of your tongue or your lips, maybe even slightly warmer as you exhale. Simply notice the flow of your breath. Inhale to exhale and back again. And please know anytime I say, take a long deep breath, that's relative. It's whatever a breath looks like in your body today. See if you can notice any changes in your breath when you come into a seated, quiet space and bring your focus entirely on noticing your breath. Does it change? Does it shift or not? For now, continue to gently press in with your hand. And as thoughts arise, which they will do, please just acknowledge them, maybe with a little gratitude, but then refocus on your breath and your body and this moment and this community. Making that choice that for right now, we're just noticing breath. Do that as many times as needed. I have to keep doing that right now because outside the window, I have squirrels running around, literal squirrels, distracting me. And it's lovely. They look so joyful. And yet, I have to make the choice to come back. Just noticing my breath this morning. Even little points of tension along the way, sensation in my arms, legs, my belly and chest expanding with each inhale, pulling in with each exhale. And begin to press in, regardless whether it's on top or bottom. Press in with your left fingertips towards your chest. So just gentle, but just a little bit more pressure with your left hand, and then release. And press in with your right hand and release. So just a little bit of extra pressure with your hands, left and then right, or right and then left. Same benefits either way. And the pace is also up to you. For me in this moment, a slow pace feels lovely and grounding, but there are certainly moments where a more vigorous pace would be a sensation that's more effective, right? That I notice more, that pulls me more into my body. But for right now, we're just moving left to right, whatever pace, and then just noticing what happens, if anything. What does it feel like for you? And we'll stay here doing this for another 5 breaths. Beautiful. And then press both hands in. Exhale. And then reach your arms out. Give them a bit of a shake, especially if you can bring your arms up over your shoulders and shake them out. Shake your fingertips out. Play some piano. And then bring them down to your legs. Check in with your breath. And when you are going to next inhale, lift your shoulders up to your earlobes. Inhale and pull in. Take an extra sip of air in and hold. Suspend your breath and then exhale. Let it go. Roll your shoulders back and down twice more. Inhale up and pause and hold. And then exhale. Roll them down. We're going to shift to sit So if you need to come to the floor or do a little shimmy on your couch, remove any props, go ahead and do so. We'll sit with the soles of our feet grounded. We'll bring our hands back behind us. Point your fingers back. And you can always place a blanket or a towel underneath your hands and your sit bones um, just to give an extra little bit of support. No distracting sensations in our joints if they're uncomfortable. So take a moment here and inhale to lift your chest. Exhale. You can pull your navel towards your spine just to feel your body's support. Those muscles that hold you here. Inhale and exhale. With your feet about hip distance apart, begin to let your knees drop over to one side and then the other. Just to create some movement. So just to notice, how are my legs today? Notice all those points that are grounded, that are touching the ground. Your feet, hips, sit bones, hands. It's a lovely thing to do with any discomfort, any moment you can say, what's touching the ground and what does it feel like? And then come back through center. I'm gonna come into bound angle pose. So if you bring the soles of your feet together to touch, your hands can come to your ankles or your shins, or you can wrap your palms around the little toe edge of your feet and then do a little shimmy to find your expression of this pose. So, where your feet are in relation to your pelvis, where your legs land is determined by you today. Wherever you are, as you exhale, do so slowly and ground your legs down. See if they can melt a little bit closer down towards the ground. And then as you inhale, lift the crown of your head up, maybe a bit forward, and just notice the sensation of your spine lifting from your tailbone all the way up to your neck. Allow yourself to settle in here. As thoughts arise, bring them back to noticing your breath in this pose. Check in with all those points that are touching the ground. Acknowledge that support. We'll take 5 more rounds of breath here. Exhale fully. Maybe even bowing slightly forward. And then inhale, release your hands. Bring your feet back onto the ground, and we're going to come into a seated pigeon pose. So we'll bring your hands back behind you, fingers pointing back. And then ground down through your right foot and your hands. And gently lift your left foot up and then rotate at the hip so that you can place your left ankle on your right knee. This can easily be done in a chair. I think a lot of us do this in a chair throughout the day. So if that's available to you and would be a more interesting pose, go ahead and sit in a chair with your leg crossed, left ankle on right knee. Otherwise, stay here. And if you're on the ground, this is a time to move your hands and your grounded right foot and your hips to find a place where there isn't discomfort, not too much of a stretch, but a little bit of a sensation through your left hip. Just enough to catch and hold your interest and release some of that tension in our body. Once you're there, flex your left foot, reaching your fingernails back towards your shin. We'll take 5 breaths here. Exhale. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, lift up your left foot and place it on the ground again. Sit firmly so you can lift up your arms. Just stretch them out. Give a little love to your wrists and your elbows just by reaching out, coming in, reaching out, and then circling your wrists in one direction and then the other. And we'll come into the other side. So if you will ground your left foot now down, lift up your right foot, and then place your right ankle on your left knee. And then take that moment to find a place in this pose where you can be balanced between the ease of a quiet space where you can listen to your breath, know that you are held and cared for by this community, incorporating anything that comes up into your practice. All experiences are welcome. Just approach with curiosity and gentleness. And come back to your breath. Take a moment to be grateful for those thoughts. Then just refocus simply on noticing your breath. What is your breath's pace right now? Where is it landing in your body? What moves as you inhale? Is it your belly, your chest, your shoulders? 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale and lift. And exhale, bring your right foot down. And we'll be coming into a seated wide leg pose. And again, wide is relative. So open up your legs. They don't need to be any wider than what they land in. But for a moment, let's shake out our elbows and hands again. Care for those joints. Shake out your shoulders as well. And then find a wide leg where you maybe feel a little stretch and sensations in your legs, but none too much. And then lift your toes up. Take a breath here. Notice the parts of you that are against the ground. Lift the crown of your head. And then as you next inhale, lift your arm. And you can create a little bit of a circle here. So gentle through your fingers and your elbows. Inhale up at center. And then as you exhale, Roll your left rib cage back, right rib cage forward so that you're over your left leg and come down as far as you care to. You can bring your hands all the way down and then inhale up through center, right rib cage back, left rib cage forward, come down over your right leg. Even if it's a slight bend, even if you bring your nose to your knee, whatever it looks like, just enjoy moving your spine, massaging your abdomen. And notice here too what happens with your breath. Focus on linking breath and movement. So at the base of your exhale, when you're done pressing, radiating breath out, right? You're folded over one leg or the other. And then inhale such that at the very top of your inhale, you've arrived, reaching out, feeling the air on your hands, and then exhaling again. And that can be enough of a focus to allow us to really be present in this moment in our bodies with our breath. Keep going just so. As always, pause when needed, and the pace is yours to set. If you want to move faster and really feel your circulation and breath, go for it. Do twice more to each side. And then come back through center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Reach your toes up and then exhale, forward fold. Pause here and just settle. Allow your breath to slow and settle. Your heart, and then your thoughts as well. Exhale here. Press into your hands and walk them back until you come up to a seat and pause. And then bend your knees and bring your legs in, stretch them out in front of you, and just give them a bit of a shake. Lift one leg at a time and roll your ankles in both directions, one and the other. and then come back through stillness. Toes up, lift your arm up. Exhale, forward fold here. You can bring your hands down to your legs. We'll pause here for a moment. If you have a big pillow and you want to place it underneath your chest, between your legs and your chest, that would probably feel lovely. You can go for it, or a rolled blanket. Exhale here. Around your spine, roll up, roll your shoulders back and down. Then we're gonna come down onto our backs for a pose on the ground. So make your way down. And then we'll be extending a leg out. So find a space where you can have your legs extended. And as you do, bring your feet wider than your hips. Bring your knees into the center to touch. You can place a pillow or a book between them if needed. And then bring your hands to your abdomen. Notice the back of your head and your shoulders, your spine and pelvis and feet, supported by the ground underneath you. And gently press your hands in so you can feel the lift of each breath nourishing your body. Be curious and notice what that feels like for you today. Exhale fully. As you inhale, just heel toe your feet in so they're hip distance apart. And then extend your right leg long on the ground. Allow your left knee then to come down to the ground as well. You can place a blanket or towel or pillow underneath it if you would like. And while we're here with our left leg out, just check in and ground down the right side of your body. And then bring the sole of your left foot in to touch your right leg. That can be at your shin, that could be at your thigh. Wherever it lands and wherever it creates some interesting sensation for you to focus your awareness. You can gently press your left foot into your right leg and gently press your right leg into your left foot. And then bring your awareness up to your arms. Consider keeping them just here, feeling your breath. You can even begin to again press one hand and then the other, alternating. You can bring them back to your chest and do so here, just as before. Or you could lift your arms overhead, creating a circle around your head, grounding your arms down, just as you ground your legs down. You can reach them overhead, maybe noticing that we're in tree pose, just on the ground, resting here. And we'll be here for just the right amount of time. 3 more rounds of breath. Inhale. Reach from the crown of your head, oh, through the sole of your right foot. Exhale. Let it go. And then lift your left knee. And then lift both your feet and bring your knees in towards your chest. And then bring both of your feet back down to the ground. Extend your left leg long and allow your right knee to ground down. Now, regardless of where your foot landed on the other side, just notice where it lands here, be it your shin or your thigh. Press your right foot into your left leg into your right foot. Place your hands on your abdomen, around your head, or extend them up and breathe. Exhale here. Inhale to lift your right knee, and then lift your feet. Pull your knees in towards your chest. We're going to come back up to a seat. So there's two great ways to do that. One is to just cross your ankle and roll along your spine. You can even do this a bunch of times and then come back up to a seat. Or you could reach your arms overhead, take a quick full body stretch, and then roll over one side or the other. Use your arm as a pillow, pull your knees in, and then press into your hand and come back up. So we'll be in the seat for about a minute. So again, choose if a cross-legged pose works for you. Do that. If you'd prefer to be kneeling or in a chair, do that. If you'd like a pillow, go ahead and grab it. What we're looking for is a strong foundation, right? Something where we feel grounded. And then the effort can be in refocusing on our breath. When you arrive in your seat, settle in, place your hands on your thighs, and notice your breath. Check in with the pace of your breath and take a moment to even out your inhales and exhales. So that might look like inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Find a pace that works for your body today. Be that a count of 2 or a count of 6. Really, what we're looking for is an even breath, equal inhale and exhale. Take a moment to find that breath for yourself. And while you're doing so, with your hands on your thigh, you can be pressing in one hand and then the other. Once you've found your equal parts breath, begin to add a suspension of breath, a moment where you hold your breath at the top of your inhale and the base of your exhale, just one beat. So that might look like inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Keep breathing just so. And the next time you exhale and hold, and allow your breath to come naturally. Slowly come back down for our final resting pose. And bring your feet to the ground. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. And then exhale and round your spine, rolling down. And then extend your legs out. Bring your arms down either side of your body with the palms up. Rest your brow and eyes, your jaw and neck, shoulders, arms and hands, your torso and pelvis, legs and feet. Exhale fully here. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, stretch from your fingers to your toes. And then roll to one side using your arm as a pillow. Bring your knees up towards your chest. And then rise back up to a seat. We will close our practice here. Consider incorporating into your day that pattern of breathing where your inhales and exhales are even. Pressing one hand and the other into your legs, which is slightly more discreet, or in towards your chest. Finding a pose that's restful for you, where you can notice all the parts of your body that are touching the ground. So just 3 ways we can calm and ground, be in our body and breath in any moment. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'm so grateful to be here in this community, and wish you all the best. And we'll hopefully see you next week.